Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Hi, how is everyone doing? I know, it has been a minute. It's been about 2, maybe 3 weeks have I posted. There's been a lot going on in my life. Nothing like, when things become overwhelming, people do need to take time, and it's 100% acceptable for everyone. So a couple things I'll let you guys know is that I need surgery again for my Achilles tendon. This will be my 3rd surgery, so I'm pretty upset about that. It's also 72 days away from my wedding, so if I don't get a call here soon about my surgery, it's highly likely I'll be walking down the aisle in a cast. So that just really set me back, just to the fact that it's healed, I can do stuff, I'm capable. It's just the incision is not healing. I'm gonna potentially need a skin graft, which is going to potentially take longer for me to heal. It's a thing. We've had people getting sick in our family. We've had it seems like it's an ongoing thing. Whatever happens, something else spirals, plus being so close to the wedding. We've been getting very stressed. I'm stressed. I have to go try on my wedding dress. Not try it. Well, they custom made my wedding dress. I get it on Saturday, and I'm freaking out about that. I think every bride does that just because they're scared it won't fit, and that's my biggest fear, is it won't fit. I think it will. I've been going to the gym and stuff, so I think it will, but who knows at this point. I've just been stressed, and I'm very, very sorry that I haven't been posting. Going on forward, I'm going to be posting once a week, just due to the fact of planning my wedding. I have a job, full-time job. I don't know when my surgery will be, and I don't know if I'll be in the hospital. My last surgery, I was in the hospital for about a week. I can't tell you what's going on, and I need to de-stress. And it's hard because I love doing this, and I always forget how much I love making these videos. I love sharing these stories with you. I love putting makeup on. I love everything. But again, to anyone out there who's dealing with mental health issues, I know I'm not a big YouTube person, or not a lot of people know me, but I just want to let you know that you can reach out to me. Mental health is something that I truly do respect, and I know it's hard for everyone, and everyone reacts in a different way. But even for me, my mental health has just been kind of going downhill lately. It's been spiraling, and I've noticed it, and that's why I need to take some time to step back and just kind of focus on me and decide what I wanted to do and how I wanted the next couple weeks to kind of pan out before I decided to do anything drastic. I honestly thought that I was just going to close my channel because it's been too stressful to not the channel itself, but just my life. And I'm so glad I didn't. I love doing this. I love supporting you guys. I love you guys watching me, and me just coming on here and just doing whatever I want to do. This is me time. This is 100% me time. So yeah, just again, if anyone's struggling with mental health issues, please, I have my email and everything down below. Reach out to me. I will not tell you guys no, or you're dumb, or anything is stressful, and people react in different ways no matter what. So even if it's something that you think that is basic and you can just get through, it's always nice to reach out. Therapy is great. Counseling is great. Talking to your doctor is great. Having a great support system is great. You need to do these things just to make sure that you guys are healthy and well. And I do think one of the biggest causes of everyone's mental health right now is COVID. And I do think everyone's on their last end. I know that everything's opening up here in Alberta, but I know everywhere else it isn't the same. But I feel like everyone is just this close away from breaking. People are about to lose their minds. And it's happened. Look at the planes. Has anyone watched that lately? Has anyone gone on the news and just watched people going on planes? Everyone's fighting each other. I don't understand. I just don't understand what's going on. I'll be so happy when I be able to get on a plane and go home and see my family back in Nova Scotia, but it's crazy. The world's getting crazy. Also, I think another thing we need to just bring up here on this channel, I just want to say sorry to everyone out there who I've been quiet. I'm usually a very open person and very open about my opinions, but just the amount of kids that we have discovered over the last couple months at residential schools is disgusting. I can't believe that Canada was even a part of this, and that churches and stuff are not even taking responsibilities, even though they were the ones that opened up residential schools. Like, it's ridiculous. I can't believe it. And then also the other thing that happened in Canada that was pretty devastating was that family that got hit by a car because they were Muslim. Like, that's also devastating. And like, moments of silence and really getting your voice out there of why this is so wrong and why this should have never happened in the first place is really really great. I'm going to link a guy's GoFundMe down below. He's in Kamloops right now. He's running 215 kilometers for the residential school that in Kamloops that they found 215 children's bodies there. He is donating it all to residential school survivors and the society there. So I will link that down below. So if anyone wants to donate, the link will be down below. And I think it's a great cause. And I think that this needs to be more covered, and people need to be like really understanding why this is not okay and why this should have never happened. I have a lot of people I know whose family's been in residential schools, and I know it's pretty disgusting, the things that I've seen and read and heard. So I just wanted to give that out there. If you guys, I know I have some friends from the UK and the States and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys have heard that, but yeah, we found 215 kids, deceased bodies at an old residential school that's been shut down for years, but they were hidden graves. So that's gross and very sad. And it's another thing that affects you, like, you don't realize, but when there's so much negativity in the news, there's so much negativity in the world, there's so much negativity happening in your life, things add up and people crumble, right? So let's all come together. That's all I can say. Let's come together, guys. And that's my rant for the day. But I do want everyone to come together and just like be happy that we're doing great. I think everyone so far is doing great so far, and we need to just keep up that momentum. So again, thank you guys. I know I'm so sorry that I have been gone for so long, and just, yeah, I'm so sorry, but I'm back. 1 video a week. After August 28th, you'll be back to 2 videos a week because she will not have a wedding and hopefully be married. Fingers crossed, and hopefully I can walk too, because I don't want to be in a cast for my wedding. No. All right, so this one, his name is Kibb Gil. I'm probably just going to call him Gil. And as we know, he's a dick. Because everyone I talk to about on this platform is a dick. So let's get into him. This is Kibb Gil, Kibb, K-I-M-B-E-E-R. Kibb Gil. We all know how to spell Gil. And again, living in Quebec, one of the best places to do some damage. Seems to be Quebec, Ontario, and BC are the places where people get killed. And Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia's got some crazy people who I'm about to bring up here soon, because I've been doing some research and I was like, my home province is like nuts. And there's a really cool story that relates to my family, who I will be talking about in the next video. I think it's cool. No one probably else cares, but I think it's cool. So let's get into Kibb Gil and what he did to make him go down in history as one of the worst people in Canadian history. Not the worst, because we got like Robert Picton, we got Kala Kamoka and Paul Bernardo, we got the rat trap killer up in the thing, we have Stephen Harper and Jason Kenney. That's just a little political joke, but we all know my political standing. But here we go. Let's get into this video. Let's get into this. I'm going to do my makeup. I got some new products, and I'm going to show you what they are. And we're going to talk about this guy who is horrible. So let's get into it. So let's get into a little bit of a backstory on Gil, as we'll like to call him. So I'm going to use this e.l.f. Hydration Primer. I just recently got this. And honestly, for being like super cheap e.l.f., they have great products, except for the only thing I really don't like is I've been looking for the e.l.f. CC cream, which I see everywhere, and they don't ship that to Canada, and that makes me angry as hell. So if e.l.f. you ever want to sponsor me, ship me some of that CC cream. I am the palest of the pale, so send me a pale thing. I know I'll never get a sponsorship or a PR package, but if I ever did. So let's get into it. So Gil graduated from Rosemere High School, and then he lived in Beaureux, Laval of Quebec at the time of his attack and suicide. I don't know why I went like that was fake, but it's not. He did that. Gil briefly received military training from the Canadian Force and Leadership and Recruitment School in Saint Jean, Quebec, from January 17th to February 16th, 1999. He did not complete his basic training for unknown reasons, which, like, I don't know, I just feel like the military needs to be a little bit better at, like, doing, just having some documentation. I know it's very, like, secretive, but, like, come on, boys. He was deemed unstable for the military, which should have been, like, a red flag right there. You can't even do military service because you're unstable, and then this happens. And agreed to leave before receiving his weapon training. So they deemed him too unstable to even complete his weapon training. So red flag number 1, here we go. French language television network TVA reported that Gil was a member of a shooting club and visited the Val Saint Pierre facility occasionally. So the next one I'm going to go into is the NYX Born to Glow. I used to be a very cake on. I had really bad acne, as you still see, I still do. I had really bad acne growing up in high school. And I used to just pack on, we all know, the Maybelline Dream Concealer that only had one shade of orange. I used to pack that all over my face. And have been so used to having heavy makeup due to my acne. And now that my acne settled down, I've been kind of getting into more lighter makeup. So that's just that. So again, he had the shooting club and visited the Ville Saint Pierre facility occasionally before the day of the shooting. Gil's mother told the South Asian radio station that Gil regularly spent time practicing his shooting. So he was kind of like, you know, that's the thing. Like, this guy couldn't even go to weapons training because he was deemed unstable. And then they're like, you know what, we can give you a gun and you can just go do whatever. Like, you know, people really need to be looked at a little bit more before, you know, we just toss out guns. So Gil's funeral was held on September 19th, 2006 in a Dollar Deslim, I can't pronounce any Quebec name. In Quebec, there was a strict security outside, and the only people allowed to attend were the invited guests to the ceremony, and it was held the same day as the funeral of his victims, which is like, that's rude. To me, that's rude. So Gil described himself on his profile on Vampire Freaks, which, correct me if I'm wrong, was Vampire Freaks the same website that the little girl and the Richmond family did, like her boyfriend did when they killed everyone in Medicine Hat? If you guys can, like, look that up for me and let me know. I think they were the same one where they were doing, remember, they thought they were like bad. He thought he was a real wolf, and then he went to a vampire site. Was it Vampire Freaks? Can you guys let me know if it was Vampire Freaks? Let me know down below. Which is no longer accessible. His name is Trent, sorry. You will come to know me as the Angel of Death. He is a male. He is 25 years of age. He lived in Quebec. He finds that it is okay place to live. Not the greatest. He is not a people person. He has met a handful of people in his life who are decent, which, like, we've all been there. But he finds the vast majority to be worthless, no good, and conniving betrayal liars, deceptive motherfuckers. So really, you look at that profile and you say, this guy is a happy-go-lucky guy, joyful, and I think I want to be his friend. That's what I got from that. I was like, this guy seems like somebody I want to be friend. Work sucks. School sucks. Life sucks. Preach. What else can I say? Metal and golf, kick ass. Life is like a video game. You gotta die sometimes. So right there is kind of like a red flag. Like, maybe we should check into this guy. He's talking about death. We gotta do this shit. He hates his... That's my dog. I don't think a lot of people talk about this Born to Glow foundation, but I just want to say I really like it. For the record, one of the new things I got to try out on this channel is this highlight gel. It's like it's supposed to be like a gel putty, but it's 100% just like a liquid gel. And then I got the e.l.f. putty blush, which I'm trying. And can we just, like, get a shout out to this giant marshmallow of a beauty blender? Love it. So let's get back into it. So like I was saying, he's just saying he hates his life. He doesn't like anyone, blah, blah, blah. He's on vampire diet. Anyone on Vampire Freaks, like red flags right there. The guy might try to kill someone. He also wrote that he hated the world. And he hate the people in it, and he hate the way people live. I hate God. Hate betrayers. I hate religion zealots. And I hate everything. I hate so much. I could read 100 more lines like this, but it really don't matter anywhere. Nobody cares. So, like, I know, like, no one's out there, like, really checking these things and stuff like that, but, like, come on, dude. Like, that's a red flag. This guy's, like, pretty much saying he needs help. He needs all this stuff, and yet no one's really helping him. Not like anyone really would, but... you know, like this kid needs help. So, in an extensive interview with friends, teachers, and former colleagues, Gil was described as a quiet, nice, sensitive, and genuine person. He was described as the nicest, gentlest person with a heart of gold. Despite earlier media reports, most people from his high school years remembered him having friends and certainly never being bullied. So, he was pretty well known, right? People kind of knew him and they kind of respected him. So, and that's hard when you have somebody like that who's very good at hiding what he's feeling like. It tends to make it harder and unbelievable what they are capable of doing. His friend said that near the end, Gil had a fascination with 9/11 conspiracy theories, the war in Iraq, and the 1999 Columbine massacre. So that's the next thing I was going to say. I've been watching a lot of, listening to a lot of podcasts and stuff about serial killers and people who try to like reenact this stuff. And I find the Columbine massacre is a huge red flag. A lot of people who are mentally ill and stuff like that, and who are thinking that they're going to do a shooting and stuff like that, they kind of like really love the Columbine shooting, and they think the kids who did it are like great and like perfect, and they want to kind of reenact that and have the same, because when the Columbine shooting happened, people, like, it was crazy. It's never been seen that many people get murdered in that type of area and like all that stuff. So like it shocked the world. So I find a lot of these people look at that and look at what these kids did, and they think like, hey, I can do that, and they really try to do that, which is like it's really sad. So 2 shopping malls or shopping centers adjacent from the school. Give me a second. I opened up one of my old palettes that I like to use, and it exploded. So pretty pumped on that. So one of the ones that are adjacent, Place of Alex in Western Square, directly linked to the metro station, was evacuated, and a green line of the Montreal Metro was shut down for several hours due to the links of what was going on. People didn't really know exactly what was going on. And I think the school shooting of Mock was before this. So if there was 2 school shootings pretty close together for universities, it's very alarming, especially in Canada. So they were like, okay, we gotta shut this place down, which they did, which was like really good. Good for them. So they shut the place down. The Pepsi Forum Entertainment Center, which was housed the anchor for Tenet AMC theaters opposite of eastern corner of Dayson, was open when many of the students came running, because there was a guy shooting up the place. They came running into it seeking refugees moments after the shooting began. Shortly afterwards, the Pepsi also went into lockdown under direction of the Montreal police. Eventually, one of the former entries onto it, the street reopened under police security guards and allowed monitor access to this, because again, Gil committed suicide, and that was it. They were like, he gone, so open everything kind of back up again. So they just started opening things back up when they deemed it was safe. 3 new palettes. One I'm going to use for my wedding, because I'm going with like pinky undertones, which is super cute. It's a Morphe palette. It's the Morphe 9V palette. love. I'm just showing them to you while I think about what I want to do for my eyes. And then I have this beauty, which is like, this is out of my element, but look at this. Could you, there's a lot. Like, I think one of the looks I'm going to do a whole green look, and then I want to do kind of like a Mardi Gras green and purple type of look. So I got some plans for this. So you guys just wait and see. And then I got this beautiful rustic rose pinky, but like, I need to say something about this palette. I saw it and I was like, this is gorgeous. I love this palette. I need it in my collection. And then the mirror just pissed me off. Like, look at the size of this palette. Look at the size of it. Look at the tiny mirror. Like, compared to like, my Morphe, which is almost the same size. Oh, Morphe doesn't even have a mirror. That's awkward. But okay, so we'll go with this iconic, I don't know what this one is. This palette I have, which I love. Look at the size of the mirror. It takes up almost most of it, the same palette. This is the tiniest mirror. Like, this mirror is the size of this tiny palette. Like, but look at the colors. Very nice, beautiful. That yellow though, and that orange. I'm gonna do some damage with this. I might do this palette today. Ugh. I kind of speak. All right, so a large number of evacuees who entered the area were also directed to the nearby Concordia University, where the Concordia Students Union at the Dawson Students Union were located. Coordinated. People are going crazy. So they kind of like held like a safe evacuation area for people who were scared, which everyone, like a number of policemen and stuff, they were all brought to this because, like I said, I believe, don't quote me, that this one was after this Morphe brush. Like, I really like how fluffy it is, but it just feels like it's stabbing you in the eye every time I use it. So there was a lot of policemen, established several phone numbers of parents and friends and students. Police report that they needed a few days to process the crime scene, just due to the fact it was such a severe thing that happened. The guy came in with guns. He had someone hostage. He went shotting up a cafeteria. There was a lot of stuff kind of going on that they really need to process, which is valid. But you know, like, he killed himself and stuff, so I don't know how much processing. And like, for me, I'm not going back to school for quite a while. Some guy just shot up my university. I'm not going back to school. That's not happening for me for quite a while. I'm going to be shooken. Every time, especially if you were in the cafeteria when that happened, any loud noise, anything is going to set you off if you were in close contact with that. So like, you have to imagine that too. As a result of the police taking their sweet time, officials from Dawson College stated that the school would be closed until Monday, September 18th in 2006. They scheduled to open the doors at 11 a.m. and remain open to 7 p.m. and have open house and field the day. Classes were scheduled to resume as usual for September 19th. In 2006. They were kind of like trying, right? I guess I'm going for an orange look today. These are really nice colors in that one big palette, except for the fallout is ridiculous, but I really do like these colors. Oh, there's a pink. This is how much I actually look at them. I literally just put it in my cart and was like, sounds good. So, but I enjoy it. So they reopened it during the police search at the Gil home. An apology note from his family was found. In additional, police seized firearms, accessories, including a holster, and manuals, including those of the weapons he used during the attack. He also found a letter praising the actions of the Columbine shooter, Eric and Daniel. I'm not going to give the last names because they honestly don't need any more publicity that they already have, because what they did was disgusting, in my opinion. I don't think the Columbine shooters should have any more recognition or anything like that, or even be brought up for what they did. I just think what they did was pretty bad. And if you do too, give this video a like. So if you watch this video and you don't like it, I just assume you agree with the Columbine shooting. No, I'm just playing. Police initially looked for as many as 3 shooters. Oh my god, my nose got really itchy there. So they looked for as many as 3 shooters because it was a big area by Montreal police. They confirmed later that there was only 1 shooter who also shot and killed at the scene. Many eyewitnesses described the man with a mohawk style, wearing a black trench coat, black trousers, metal studs, and combat boots. The suspect carried 3 weapons, including a semi-automatic gun. So again, like, kind of annoying. He stands out from a crowd, right? Like, he's not somebody you'd miss. He's not wearing jeans and a white t-shirt. He's out here looking crazy and about to do something crazy, right? During this, let me get some bright orange. I'm excited to see this. I'm gonna put that right in the corner here. So during the that evening, a spokesman confirmed on the LCT TV reports that a shooter was 25 years old, male, born in Quebec. Other sources stated he was an Indian Canadian descendant. So there was kind of like, people were all over the place, right? With this, they didn't really 100% know. But again, it's just kind of speculation and what people really heard. No one really knows exactly what's going on. They just know that something happened at the university, and they're getting just information from from victims who were there at the time, but also people who were there at the time when this happened aren't going to be 100% accurate because they're all souped up with adrenaline. They have all this stuff going on and they're scared, right? Like, I'm not gonna like I know from schooling and stuff what to look for if something is happening to me, and I can kind of give better details of a suspect. But for a lot of people who aren't taking schooling like I took, or aren't polices or stuff like that, they don't have a clue. They just like panic, the panic mode starts, and then that's it, right? So you can get anything, get any type of description from a suspect. I mean, from a victim at the time, and then after a while, like, their head's clear and stuff, and then they're kind of like, okay, I get it. Like, this is what actually happened, and they can actually think, but at the time, it's like, what just happened to me? So police found his car, a black Pontiac Sunfire, which is like, who hasn't had a Sunfire? Sunfires, oh, I don't know why they like don't make those anymore. They are the best car. So he had a black Pontiac Sunfire parked close to the school, and later searched the house where he lived with his mother, removing a computer and his belongings. So that's kind of sad about your mom. Like, could you imagine having a kid, raising them, loving them, all that stuff, and then finding out they just they tried to shoot up a school? No, thank you. That orange was great. Now I'm going to try some yellow over here. I am loving this palette. Like, it's cool. I like it. So, around midnight on Wednesday, police confirmed to the media the suspect, Gil, 25 years old, resident, and graduated from Rosemary Secondary School. An autopsy later revealed that Gil committed suicide after shooting himself. He was hit in the arm by police officers, but death was mainly found by shooting himself. The killer's profile was discovered at vampirefreaks.com under the screen name Fatality666, which is like another kind of like red flag. Like, okay, we get it. You like death and you don't care about anyone else, but like, people have lives. And you shouldn't just go kill people because you're sad. So, that's, I'll talk about that after my final thoughts. But yeah, so they found his screen name. The last login was at 10:35 on the day of the shooting. The profile was subsequently restricted, and they like took it right off the internet because they were like, no, thank you. We moved entirely. The French language television network reported also that camera footage from the place showed that Gil stalking out the area as far back as August 10th. So he kind of had this plan for quite a while. more than a month before the shooting. So again, like, even if he did live, you can't make that up. You can't make stuff like that up. So he did it, and he wanted to do it, and it seemed like, again, the crazy, but like those colors, this yellow, love that. I mixed this orange and this orange together, also love it. And then I'm going to put this in kind of like my creasy area, just so anyone knows. Police did confirm that there was a death. Police confirmed that there was one victim, which is sad. There was one victim, 18-year-old woman, who was shot in the stomach and died at the scene. Canadian newspapers later identified the woman as Anastasia Rebecca Del Soros. The Montreal Police Service later reported that 19 other people had been wounded. So, like, he did some damage, but he only killed one person, which is like, thank God he only killed one person. I honestly feel horrible for the one person who did die, because that's not a good life. You're going to university where you think you're going to be safe, and you think you're going to have the best life, and you're going to start something new, and you're excited, and this is a new beginning for you and your family, and you can find all your love, your passion, the career that you want to make for your life. And then no, some dick takes it away. So I just want to stop for a second and just say, if you have a chance to get this palette, this one right here, go buy it. The pigmentation is amazing. The shimmers are amazing. The mattes are amazing. There is fallout, easy blendable, neutral colors. Like, the shimmer that I just put on my eye, like, is anyone looking at that? Like, look at that. Would you look at that when you see something like that? Like, beautiful, obsessed, love. 10 out of 10. Would buy again. Would buy again. Back to Anastasia. 19 people were injured during this horrific event. One victim, 22-year-old. Leslie, who was reportedly at Dayson College to visit a friend, suffered 2 shots to the head, survived, which is amazing. Underwent intensive surgery. The doctors removed 1 bullet, and he remained in a coma for 1 week after the shooting as doctors determined whether they should try to remove the second bullet. As of October 28th, 2006, he is out of a coma, in excellent condition, and recovering in a special facility. So that was amazing when you got that news. Another victim, Jessica Albert, was in a medical-induced coma in September 21st, 2006, had suffered from extensive damage to the abdomen, is the word I was trying to pronounce earlier, but couldn't. She is no longer in a coma and was released and sent home. Her recent physical condition was monitored, and she healed perfectly. So again, she's out, she's good, she's ready. Like, those are the things you want to hear. There was also Joel created a website, Killing Thinking, named after the lyrics of 30 Seconds to Mars. A couple months after the shooting, the goal of the website was to fight depression. So, like, even though this happened and it was horrible, I think everybody could kind of really understand that it was due to the fact of mental illness. So Gil killed one person and shot himself in the head. There's not too much known about him due to the fact that he only killed one person, which is like, really, he killed people. So, but one person in a mass shooting that he tried to attempt because of the Columbine shooting. So that wasn't good. So I'm going to spray my face, add my new lashes. I also got these new lashes. Boom, look at these summery things. I feel like this is a very summery look. Coconutty. So I feel like this is a very summery look, and I don't think I'm going to add like a harsh eyeliner or anything, and I think it's just it reminds me of sunflowers. So I am going to add my lashes. I am going to come back and give you guys my final thoughts. All right, I'm back. I got my lashes on. I'm feeling this. I'm loving this with the lashes. These lashes are very dramatic. I love. Oh, the only thing I should probably put some eyeliner, not eyeliner, whatever it's called, mascara underneath. Very summery vibes, eh? What do you guys think? Let me know down below what you guys think of this look. I'm enjoying it. I like it a lot. All right, so my final thoughts on Gil was, I want to know what you guys, I'm going to say something that people are probably going to be pissed about, but like these guys who like do like mass shootings and stuff like that, they planned for a while. This guy was scoping out the joint for months, you know, like ready to do it and kill one person. Like, I'm so happy he only killed one person. Like, I'm super, like, thank God he did, because he was going to do something like that. But, like, you know, you got, like, a semi-automatic gun. Like, that's the one thing that, like, always blows my mind. Like, especially with, like, terrorist attacks and stuff like that. Like, they, like, oh, been planning this for years and years, and then it's like, you didn't do shit. You know what I mean? But then when, like, people do stuff and it's, like, a horrendous crime, like, it's really sad. But yeah, my final thoughts was like, this wasn't a well-known case. This wasn't a huge case. This wasn't anything special. I think because he was like super obsessed with the Columbine shootings. They also had that mock guy who shot up the school because of women. I don't think people really took to this case that much, but I think anytime there's a school shooting in Canada, it becomes big news. No matter if it was one person or no people or 20 people, it's big news because Canada's not known for school shootings. We got the states below us who has a school shooting every day, right? We don't care. Like, we're like, oh, we got nothing. Like, we have some stuff that happens in Canada, which probably shouldn't happen, but we don't have that many school shootings as in our counterpartner down below. But I think, again, one of the huge things that is out there is men don't have the proper supports when it comes to mental health. So I do think that is a huge issue that we need to work together as a society and help, because men crumble too. Men are known to not cry, to not show emotion, and then they hold it in and they break, right? And then they do this. There was no rhyme or reason. This guy was just like depressed and hated everyone. And the other thing that pisses me off that I was going to say earlier, but I never did, was if you were going to kill yourself, like if that happens, like all these crimes that happens, you don't like, and they go and they kill all these other people first and then they kill themselves. Like, don't do that. That makes me so angry. You don't need to be doing that. I know I'm getting heated, but I get angry when that happens. Like, don't do that. Like, it's like, people don't need to die because you're sad and depressed. Like, that makes me, Veda, watch out. My dog's coming in here now, and he is 90 pounds, and it's a very tight squeeze, and he thinks he needs to just get right up in here. And that's him laying down gracefully. But that's the other thing I was going to say. Like, oh, it makes me so mad when I see that. But yeah, no, those are my final thoughts on this video. I hope you guys like the look. I'm feeling myself. I'm like, I want to go out clubbing even though we're in a pandemic. I like my hair, I like my makeup and my lashes. That is how I'm feeling right now. So let me know, guys, down below your guys' thoughts on this girl. I know it's not like a crazy case that we're like, oh my God, that happened in Canada. But it's a school shooting that happened in Canada, and I feel like that's crazy enough, in my opinion. But again, like, I know the last couple cases I did were laws that shouldn't have been in place. These ones are now, this one's a guy who tried to do a school shooting. I'm looking at doing some serial killers. I'm looking at doing some robberies gone wrong. I'm looking at doing some older cases, more legislation that should have never happened, and some missing people. So yeah, there's a lot coming to this channel. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys give it a like and subscribe down below. Every like really helps my channel, gets me out there. Make sure other people can see this video if you like and share this. Also, make sure you guys follow my socials. I link it here. It's also down below. Make sure you guys share this video with your friends. Give it a like for support. And again, thank you guys for sticking with me. I know it's been a rocky road on this channel, but it's coming. And once like I'm working a little bit less, everything's coming, and I'm really hoping to like invest more time into this channel because I love what I do. I love doing this stuff. I like doing makeup. It's funny because when I go to work and stuff, I never do makeup like this, but I always do it when I'm at home, and then I just like shower and take it off right away. But yeah, guys, like, make sure you guys like and subscribe, share this video. I love you guys. I love the support. To everyone out there, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Maybe Tuesday, maybe Thursday. You guys will never know. All right, bye.